Hello, I hope I'm on the right channel. Bible Glow. Welcome to live. Remember to guard your own privacy and community guidelines. Okay. And I hope the camera is in the right way. I'm really trying to learn how to do this stuff correctly. And at any rate, hello everyone. Going live here. Welcome to, hopefully, I got 5 channels. So when I just turn on the YouTube thing that says go live, I gotta figure it out. Hope I'm in the right channel. Let me know. Let me contact somebody. Look at my YouTube channel and see if I'm live over there on BibleGlowAI. I'm not sure. I went live. I'm going live, but I don't know how this works. Can you see the live when I'm going live, or do I have to end it and then upload it later? I'm not sure how this works. Anyway, so I'm just over here working on some things, and what I need from everybody is to help support the channel. I want to bring some of the best content I can bring, and because I'm doing AI, that means a certain level of quality. Now, my computer that I have, because I'm in Cambodia, I'm overseas. I was in Thailand, but I'm currently now in Cambodia. But my point is, I never intended to be working on anything on the computer, because I have a large, computer in the States. But yeah, I never thought I'd be doing any videos and things of that nature when I came overseas. But the Spirit led me to start creating my own content because I have so many IPs. I have so many different creative IPs. I have a lot. I was blessed. God blessed me. The Spirit blessed me as a child, as I was born with music production, writing, songwriting, actually just creation, artistic. And as an alchemist, no matter what I use, whatever tool is available, I'll create with it. Pen and pencil, pen and ink, computer, so on and so forth. New subscriber, okay. CapCut Edits subscribed to you. Okay. Hey, CapCut Edits, thank you for subscribing. Okay. Oh, that's nice. Really nice, really nice. Yeah. So my journey has been a deep one, and a long one. When I say that to say that I tend to listen to the Spirit when I move. Okay. A lot of woo-woo stuff, but that's what's kept me in line, in tune, and creative. Okay, and until the advent of all this AI stuff, I had problems with people trying to work with them, or studios, or production houses, and so now I'm at the point where I can actually create things myself. Thanks for the likes. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you for the 2 people I see there. So I can create things now on my own. And that's a beautiful thing. I don't have to wait for studio. When you're a musician and you're producing as a musician, let's just say just for performance purposes. And it's all on you, because if you have an idea and a concept, You have to see it through. A lot of times when I was younger, people used to always say, go to the club and we're going to make this money and play with this one and play with that one. But we'd always have to play Cool in the Gang songs or play this one songs, that one song. And now my argument was like, no, create your own stuff. Stop promoting these other groups and these people that have already made their money and you're promoting them, And so I would always get pushback on that. And, if you see people that are really professional and successful, they're not really playing other people's songs in clubs, for peanuts. They do the hard work. They work 4 to 8 hours a day, every day, rehearsing. Okay? And they would do that with their own, so with Michael Jackson, Prince, whoever, you have to put the work in. You have to put the work in order to get the results. Okay? So just going to learn somebody else's song, which is easy, to me defeated the whole purpose of wanting to be, an entertainer or musician, professional. So I would always get argument with that. And at the end of the day, when you make a promise to a club, a person that, that owns a club, and you tell them, I'm going to be here next week, you shake on it sometimes. Sometimes it's a contract. And Wednesday, and I'm going to show up, and we're going to perform here. Now the club owner, he's going to go out, and he's going to pay for flyers. Or sometimes they put an ad in, like they had the Village Voice back in the days, in certain newspapers. And they would spend money, to promote your group or whoever you're going to be coming with, for showing your name. So that means you have to live on your word alone. You understand what I'm saying? Because in the business, if somebody, word alone, if somebody says, oh, they didn't show up, and you left them holding the bag with that promotion and all that money that they spent talking about you showing up, trust me, it'd be very hard for you to get another job or get some work. So, one putting this together, 90% of the time, this is your idea. No one's going to follow. No one's going to help you pay for rehearsals. You got to pay for rehearsals. First, you got to audition the right people if you don't have the right musicians with you. I was lucky and blessed enough. So a lot of people would want to play with me, just on GP, just because of me. I was very blessed. That I respect. They liked my material. They liked what I was doing. But you have to train these people and show them the music and the songs, or you have to depend on them to show up. And there's no excuses. You paying for this rehearsal, and it's expensive. $20 an hour, so to speak. And you have an obligation to the club owner, and the club owner doesn't want to hear when you show up on Wednesday. Only my guitar player had to take his boy to the little leagues, and he's tired, he can't. They don't want to hear none of that, or I couldn't afford the rehearsals, so I couldn't. Whatever you have to do, you get it done. You get it done, and you show up there, and you keep your word, and you get on that stage, and you make it happen. There's no room for, because you shook on it, and you agreed to it. There's no room for excuses. You got to get it done. So I feel that way for the most part of my life, and especially some of the things that I've created. Like I've created Parallel, the Intergalactic Law Enforcer from the Future. It's one of my channels. I've created speed birds. There's some birds that fly, that they don't fly, they just race cars. I created Little Stella. I created a whole host of things. But I was called to also do this, you know, Bible Glow. And now that I can use AI, I don't have to depend on other people showing up all the time in order to get what I need to get done. Granted now, because of who I am and the quality that I want to put out, I need a certain level of equipment. So I'm going to be putting things up on the channel for people to links to support the channel, and hopefully you can buy some of the merch for BibleGlowAI, and we can get something going on so I can get more equipment, so I can get the quality I need. Because I'm going to keep putting out. I hesitated and stopped putting out because of the level of quality I'm reduced to doing now because the equipment I have to use. And you know, I want to put out good quality. I don't want to put out garbage. And so I'm reduced now to using the free stuff, free AI engines. And when you do that, you're not going to get the best quality, because part of their gig is to try and make sure that you, what do? You subscribe, right? And if you subscribe, then you have to, in order to upgrade the quality of the work that you're doing, it's another point that they take away or you have to pay for. It's a whole big scam, and I'm not mad at them. You know, they're doing their thing. You know, the software creators. You know, that's where we are right now in the history of the world. Subscriptions. You know, I'm going to be selling some subscriptions a little bit. You know, in the midst of Bible Glow, because I'm going to be offering a lot. I'm going to be giving a lot. And I think it's important to do that. You know, right now I'm building the back end of it while I'm making videos and while I'm making content at the same time. So I said that to say that I need your support. Okay, I need you to like, subscribe, and yeah, share the video, share the live if necessary. Appreciate everyone even coming through. I don't know how to actually do a live because I'm doing it now and I see people are coming in and out. But I think that I have to upload, right? I gotta upload the video after it's done. Once I turn this off, I think I gotta upload it. I don't know, somebody put something in the comments. I don't know if I can even see comments. I don't even know if the video is in the right way. Can everybody see me properly? I don't know. They got things in the way. They got words in the way and all this stuff. I don't know what that's about. Okay, I don't know what that's about. I'm just going to tap it. I don't know. I'll have to figure all this stuff out. So thanks for joining the live. Thank you everyone that's here, the 2 people I see. Thank you. Somebody type something in, let me know that you're there or I'm here. Let me see, view channel. I'm gonna try to, I think there's another way I gotta do the live also, right? Through another software I have. I don't know, I'm gonna figure this out. There's another software called Opus, I think, yeah. And I have it right here, let me see. Yeah, no, OBS, Opus, OBS. And yeah, I think that's when you can see the live and everything. I'm doing this right now on my phone, and I see nobody there. I'm talking to myself, but that's okay. I'm just gonna keep on pushing on because YouTube want lives, and everybody want lives nowadays. So, 138 subscribers. Thanks for subscribing. Who just subscribed to me? Yes. So if there's anybody or anything you want me to talk about or anything, let me know. Why is that thing like that, though? It's like it's telling me to turn the camera this way? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm gonna upload it lopsided later anyway. All right, I'm gonna just upload it lopsided, and so to teach me that what not to do next time. So if you see this video later and it's like like that, it's because I'm teaching myself a lesson on what not to do. So that makes sense. I gotta get to the gym. Oh, it's been a minute. Hello everybody. I don't see any typing or any words or anything. I don't see anything like that of that nature. So obviously I might not be doing this right. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Hello, what is this CapCut? CapCut, add moderator, put users in timeline. What's CapCut? What's CapCut wanting? It's in my face with this thing. What's this? CapCut live. Video is sideways. Okay, video is sideways. So, thank you. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Thanks, brother. The video is sideways. How is that? No. See, now I can now I can actually see. Now I actually see. Okay. My man. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, see. Learning curves, man. See, this is what I didn't want to do, but I guess that's why they call it live, right? Learning live in front of everybody. And my skirt is showing, as they used to say back in the days in the South. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate it, man. Thanks, sir. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is try to get folks to help me put together these funds so I can get this equipment, so I can give this give this thing a go, do it the right way. I need to I just it's a personal thing. I just attest. I'm gonna keep doing it, but I just attest putting out garbage equipment. I need good equipment so I don't put out garbage content. Yeah, like the last video I just did. Okay, I don't want to talk about it. We gotta get some funding up so I can put out the best stuff I want. I want to do like 30-minute movies, bibliography, content, I really feel good about this project. And again, like I was saying on TikTok earlier, women, especially because me being a product of a black woman, and it has a lot to do with my inspiration. Very strong. My mother was, one lung, and she was in South Carolina, and she was very sick. She was dying, and she would still get up in the morning, make my breakfast. She'd make biscuits by scratch. She'd make biscuits, some grits, and some eggs, and I can still taste it, man. And that was like thousands of years ago. That's how old I am. But yeah. So to see her, remembering her, getting up and doing what she's got to do, in her condition, just one of the examples, and so many other women, in my life, but yeah, the strength, and the endurance, and that's just levels of love, man. They just push through, So that was one of my inspirations. She'd also whip my ass, too, when she had to, for whatever reason. But speaking of ass whippings, I was sent from South Carolina to New York, and I went to Catholic school. And it's another reason I'm doing this, you know, because, you know, Catholic school, you're indoctrinated, and they're teaching you this whole lesson about the Bible and geography and, you know, and history and so forth and so on. And from what I was seeing, everything was just twisted, you know, from my perspective as a child. So I knew then, you know, things was not right, but they kept telling me to hush and sit down, you know. And there was nuns and priests that were doing the teaching. And so they'll be the ones that would actually, from permission, excuse me, from your parents, would tell you, you know, if you don't sit down or whatever. They would, you know, they take out the ruler and they put it to you. So for whatever reason, I would stand up and be like, nah, it ain't adding up. You know, this stuff y'all telling me in reference to the geography and these figures, Jesus and so forth, Mary and so forth, it just is not adding up. So even back then, I was always had this fire in my belly about that issue. And so again, like I said, to have the power now to create something with AI, okay, to help express that concern that I had, it's a beautiful thing. It's a freaking beautiful thing, man. And I appreciate all those that come along on the journey and have signed up, subscribed, and watched my videos. Keep on watching. It's only going to get better because, again, even though I don't have the funds, I'm going to figure it out. But it's, you know, I'm just looking at the quality and stuff. But at any rate, yeah. So that's it. So now I'm going through this phase of, for whatever reason, certain people I'm not going to mention, you know, the Spirit guiding them to tell me I got to go live. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been hearing it too. I've been hearing the whispers in my head. Go live. You got to go live. And I've been ignoring it. But then, like I said, in the interim, when the Spirit really wants to get on your butt, you know, they'll use people. They'll come through. They'll manifest. You know, they won't be just like some, you know, detached heads in the others. They'll actually, you know, come through people that you know, sometimes you don't know. You know, you're just walking by a baby carrot, and the baby will look at you from the camera and go live. Like, oh shit, okay, I need to go live. But yeah, so at any rate, yeah. So help support the channel as much as possible if you can. I'd really appreciate it. You know, even if you just share the channel with other people, you know, like the videos. And like I said, I'll be putting up some merch on the I'm creating the merch now as I speak on certain and I'll notify everybody. Now we put on the links to the merch. Okay. Now digital. Shop now digital. Connected. Let me see what this is. Okay, true. Hello, my two people out there. Anybody got any questions? Type in some questions for me. Type some questions so I can see if I can navigate this live. Because I got Bob over here. And then, so I guess I can type it over there. Oh, okay. And then when you go here, you got live. 2 is watching. Only 2 people. What time is it in the States? 8:44. People living their lives. So I don't see here. how to type in anything. I got to use that OBS. I think, yeah, I got to use that OBS software, but I can't do that on, yeah, I have to use the OBS software on the computer, but then that means I'm not going to be able to do any production while I'm going live, and I don't like that, but do what I got to do. Give it a certain amount of time. I don't know. What's a good time to do lives? Anybody got any suggestions out there? Any one person who's there still? Got any suggestions on how long is it good to go live? Let me know. You got any live professionals out there? Customize channel, manage videos. Anytime. Yeah, but how long? How long should you go live? Should you go live 10 minutes? Should you go live an hour? Should you go live 2 hours? How long? How long should you think you should go live? Because when I'm going live, then unless I'm using this software called OBS, if I use a software called OBS because I want to type back to people, yeah, I'll be out of production. My computer can't be used. That's why I got to upgrade. Okay. Thanks, man. What's going on with you, though? What you doing, man? You over there? What you doing, Alejandro abroad? You putting together your school stuff over there? I'm gonna catch up with you with that soon. Yeah, I'm gonna catch up with you. Yeah, there's so many ways to actually be your own independent individual here in these internet streets. There's money to be made out here. There's, see, my computer is acting up. See, this is crazy. Force quit, see, force quit Chrome. So, this is what I mean. I'm going to shut this down, notes, and just leave this one open, Firefox, so I can create products. Yeah. Yeah, hey everybody, who's there? 6 people there? Thanks for joining. Thanks for coming by. Drop by any questions you have in reference to Bible Glow or anything, or any questions. Anybody have any questions in reference to me, in reference to my journey, how I got here creating Bible Glow? What are the future prospects? What am I going to do? Because I don't want to bore anybody. But, if you want to ask me anything. Out of stock. How is this one out of stock? Yeah, see, I got to go over to my stock. Yeah, any questions? Are you going? Yeah, I just finished going live on TikTok. Again, I can't read the interface of what's going on over there. I actually see here, it's simpler, to read. Like, I can see you there, your icon, and then the question. On TikTok, I could, there's so many things flying over. It's like a video game. There's things are popping up everywhere, and and I gotta really go in there and figure that stuff out before I go so long. But I went about 40 minutes, and then TikTok was saying go another 78 minutes, and you'll be past that threshold, and you'll be on to 2. So they're really monetizing you in reference to and helping you. But as far as many people and the interaction, I didn't see how that worked, but I'll have to learn. I'll have to learn, just like I learned AI, and just like I learned everything else. But I hope that answered your question. I'm going live on TikTok too, yeah. And I might start going live on Facebook. But one thing at a time. I got to master one thing at a time. So being that this seems to work for me as far as now that I figured out the thing, yeah. And I can actually see people here. And Yeah. But there's the other thing I don't know about this thing now. I think I have to, when this is over, I have to upload it to YouTube for it to be seen after the live. So I have to do that exercise. Yeah, but the OBS, so actually creating products, and let me just go do a search for going live, OBS Studio. OBS Studio going live. Ghost Traveler. Don't you have to go to work? Soon as I soon as I go to YouTube, man, there's just so much content, so much crazy stuff out there, man. You know, and in America, there's a lot of stuff going on, and then they're not showing it. It's just so much stuff going on. So yeah, help support the channel. I'm gonna have to keep driving that home. Help support the channel, and so I'm gonna put up some of these products. You know, I can't put them in a rolling thing in the bottom because I'm not monetized yet, but I'll put links to the products, and I hope everybody goes to start streaming in 5 minutes with OBS Studios. So it's more, it's not just live, it's streaming, right? Yeah. And then you can see other people. Okay, all right. Then they have a microphone thing going on. Yeah, that's the next level now. OBS Studio. I'm gonna have to go there. I have the software, but I have to go into it. Thank you so much for people showing up. I really appreciate it. Yeah. I don't see who's there. I got five people here. Looking for a reason to believe, I asked in a different Christian chat. Okay, hold on. Okay, got somebody here. Paul. Hey, Paul, I'm looking for a reason to believe. I asked in a different Christian chat channel how evolution VR religion, but instead of helping me, they call me a Muslim. Believe. Okay, okay, first, Paul, you know, this is not really a religious channel. That's first of all. And then anybody did that, they shouldn't have did that, you know. That's not correct. All right? But first and foremost, this is more of a spiritual channel, if anything else. And it's a channel that I'm using as an AI channel to reach out to people with content that resonates with them. You know, if it resonates with you, it resonates with you. And this channel is basically about, the basics of this channel is about, you know, the divine feminine. Now, this is not a quote unquote Christian channel, because Christianity is man-made. Like I said, I have I'm a person with spiritual roots, okay? Even though I was indoctrinated in the Catholic Church, my grandfather built and was a preacher, and he built Springfield Baptist Church in South Carolina. I don't reside to any religion at all, okay, me personally. But this is more of like a commentary on history and how it was rewritten, okay, based on the Bible and its cultural origins. That's basically what this is about, you know. And I would advise you that whether Christian, Muslim, or anything, that the level and development of your spirituality supersedes any man-made doctrine. And Jesus Christ didn't call himself a Christian. people label that. Matter of fact, that was thrown on them by a poperish Vatican, programming. Jesus Christ said, "Follow me." He didn't say follow Christianity. He didn't say, he said, "I am in you and you are in me." He didn't talk about any particular religion. There's no such thing with Christ. Christ is a consciousness and a mindset and a vibration of love, which, like I said, the divine feminine, keeps that inside. And that's what they're resonating now. Most of the women in the world, whether conscious or unconscious, are just vibing on the divine feminine energy, because that's what's the influx of it, and that's a Christ energy. Okay? And then there's the opposition of people that are trying to destroy that, even trying to destroy, all kind of women movements. So, yeah, so this goes way, way, way beyond any religion. And when you say VR, what does that mean? I'm not sure what that means. I asked a different Christian chat how evolution VR. Oh, I guess that's supposed to be VS, versus religion. I'm not sure what that means. I guess expound on that. But yeah, that's my little 2 cents. And I hope that helped. That's right. And that goes back to what I was saying about the divine feminine. You see how much Christ, the love that Christ had, he was the example, so to speak. I mean, there was many other Christs. There was like Buddha, there was different energies throughout the history of the world. But he was another example of how much pain he had to take, and still love. Like women, Women, throughout history, they've taken a lot of pain and they still love. How many times you done treated your mother wrong and disrespected her in so many different ways and things, and she still loves you unconditionally, And children are like that. And we should continue to teach children to be like that. That's right. One love, one respect. So hopefully, I'm reaching people through this channel with my little AI videos. And again, I'm trying to make sure there's a certain level of historical fact and cinematic entertainment combined brings and triggers people's memory back to a certain place where it shouldn't have to be erased, but there's a lot of people erasing things in history and about history and trying to, destroy certain records, as they've always done. So, where you from, Paul? I'm just here. I just finished my coffee. I'm in Cambodia. Okay. All right, Paul. England. All right. Yeah, the world is flat when we're dealing with all these channels, different things, social media. I'm in Cambodia. You're from England. I don't know where you are, but you say you're from England. And we're all in one space right now, conscious space, right? Talking from some space within space. We're not physically, you're not physically here, I'm not physically there. but consciously we can touch. We're here. And we might not be on the same frequency or the same level, but we can see each other, we can meet because of technology. Yeah, my grandfather built the first church in South Carolina ever to be broadcast over the radio. Springfield Baptist Church. And before that, I heard he was a traveling preacher. And that's what Christ did. He walked around, what they call evangelist, going from place to place, teaching the word. Matter of fact, my namesake, Dennis, which is spelled with one N, Dennis, namesake Dionysius, many, many, many lives. But he was a martyr, and he used to preach the gospel. And the Catholic, in the churches, they killed him, and they cut off his head. And he still picked up his head and kept going, broadcasting and preaching. He was walking, I think about, they say 8 miles, and he was still preaching the gospel of Christ with his head cut off. So, through the medium and technology, I said grandfather built church, first church ever broadcast over the radio. The word, must live on. Doesn't have to be in a building, a church, a mosque, whatever means necessary. So maybe I should get another cup of coffee. Thank you. I appreciate you, Paul, and anybody else on the live. If anybody else have any questions, let me know. Okay? BibleGlowAI. I'm gonna build this channel out. CapCut Edits became a subscriber. I don't know what that's about. Whatever. So much stuff going on. Oh man. This is telling me I gotta quit my this is crazy. I don't have enough memory in this computer. Any new project coming up? Well, yeah, I did a lot of, see my computer, I did a lot of, hold on. This is crazy, man. I gotta quit everything. Force quit. This is crazy. Force quit. This is crazy. And we don't even, this is madness, man. I don't even have memory to like do anything on this computer. Yeah. Actually, in BibleGlow, there's going to be like 4-part series, and the 4-part series is going to be about the different divine feminine individuals and their lives and their accomplishments. And there's going to be like, like 4 or 5 different stories in each of the 4-part series. And then it's going to expand out. And there's going to be, basically teaching different lessons. Yeah, because I want to, I have all these other channels and things, but I want to stay focused on the one channel right now, because that's something I got to do, because I jump around a lot. So, yeah, so pretty much there's going to be some extensive stuff as much as I can do as one person. You know, I got it all outlined and written out. But let me see if I can go over some of my notes. Yeah, I got month 1, month 2, and month 3. I got it all written out, okay, in reference to how it's gonna be done. For an example, month 1 is the foundational leaders, okay, and so it'd be like Deborah, Miriam, Esther, Jael. And then month 2, you know, I have like Ruth, you know, and this would be like, so each one will have their, so let's say like Deborah, it'd be like the warrior judge. She's the warrior judge, right? She'll have posters about her staff glowing, you know, with lightning, you know, making it like supernatural. And, you know, the armies and the storm. And so I'll be doing stuff like that. And then, so like I said, Deborah, Miriam, Esther, and Jael. In month 2, I'll be doing Ruth, Hannah, Abigail, and Rahab. And in month 3, I'll be doing Mary Magdalene, Mary Mother of Jesus, Priscilla, and Phoebe. All these names historically, you know, that has been heard of, but somehow forgotten, you know. So, yeah. Use your phone. I'm getting all these messages into time. So that's what's going to be coming up. You know, I'm going to try to stay with, you know, getting this channel monetized too, you know, and building that tribe. I can't even open my freaking browser. This is madness, man. What do I got open over here? Let me do garbage. Yeah, it's a lot. It's just very frustrating when you don't have the proper equipment to do what you know you can do. Very, very frustrating. Very frustrating. I can't even mention how frustrating. And I can't even open a browser now. That's ridiculous. Run safe mode. See, OBS did not shut down properly. Run normally. I'm going to open up the OBS. Is there something, Alejandro, is there something you would like to see in BibleGlowAI? Select the stream. Kind of refresh. YouTube live control panel. Let me see. No current stream. Start streaming. Select the stream. Okay, so how do we do that? YouTube live control panel. Turn that down. You just closed. Okay. Calm down. See OBS. Bear with me. I'm trying to edit new doc's profile. I was gonna be online trying to study this, but the browser shut down. Thanks for showing up, bro. So I guess, you know, this was a test to see how everything goes with the YouTube live. And I worked out some bugs, right? I have some people on here, not currently, but yeah, I figured something out. It's got to be this way, which is a long way, and I'll keep working on the rest. So I have my coffee. It's only 9 o'clock in the morning. I need to get out there, do some exercise, and get some sunshine on my face. You know, just take a walk around, put some sun on my face. So thanks everybody for showing up. And I appreciate all that stopped by, Paul, Alejandro, and everybody else. And I look forward to seeing you on the next live, hopefully. Maybe later tonight, you know, when everybody else is just getting up in the morning. I'll go live again, trying to figure out how to do it on this OBS system. Okay. Thank you. See you. Bye.